welcome to the Sims 4 speed building channel. I'm Alita and today I'll be showing you this Desert Luxe modern home that I built in Oasis Springs. So with this house I had so much fun, I enjoyed it so much. I think going in I kind of had an idea. I had two images in mind that were from Pinterest, and basically it was kind of just a facade of the house that had no windows, and then on the, I think it was right hand side, it had like this nice flower bed like kind of setting. So that's what I kind of had the idea for this house. And obviously I wanted to combine base game and also the Desert Luxe kit that we have free now, which came on, I think they released it before we actually got the Sims game free, so that was a really like cool thing that we got. So I really wanted to basically test it out on this house and see what I could make. I did build this home off camera at first just because I had a little bit to figure out, especially with the roofing and just things like the windows as well, because you know the idea that I had was that I didn't want to show the door. Like I kind of wanted this walkway that would like lead round to the door, and it was a bit secretive, and that's the kind of idea that I was going for. So I did have to plan it off camera, and especially the floor plan as well. Oh my gosh, like because it was a small house and I was aiming for a tiny house, but that just didn't work again. I feel like I should just give up and then just not even try for a tiny house, because it's just never going to work for me, it seems like, at this point, because it always just gets bigger and bigger and then it just seemed to end up as like a small home. But I did make this house for a couple. I thought that one would be like an artist and another would kind of be like a normal office job. But I think it would be like a good job, like they would have a good career, because I think this house, even though it is small, like I've definitely went all out and tried to make it as luxurious and kind of different as well. I think even the interior, like even with the colours that I used, they're different colours that I haven't really used in the past, and especially the living room, like the living room is blue, so that was kind of different, but it all just seems to work. So yeah, this is like the flower bed that I was talking about, that I found this picture on Pinterest that was just really eye-catching, and I wanted to make just of that basically like a key point of the house, and even the whole garden really at the front. I really want it to be knockout. I want it to look like that, you know, even in this desert, like they can afford to have like green grass and everything like that. Like they're wealthy, they've got a car in the front, everything like that. So that's what I wanted. But I did try out like many different things, because most of the time with me, I'm very indecisive and I like to try it out first and then be like, okay, and then I'll try another thing out and then I'll basically compare and see which works best. But this was definitely kind of like a hit and miss. Even with the flower beds, like I don't think I'm that good at like putting flowers together. Like sometimes I really struggle, but I feel like the ones that are in like this world, like Oasis Springs world, like most of the cacti and stuff like that, I don't know why, but I think they're easier than like normal flowers. I don't know why, but I feel like I struggle with base game flowers, and I think they just look a bit dull. And even like the flower pots that we have, like they're very boring, so it's like you're trying to make it more interesting, I guess. But yeah, so this is like the front patio area that I kind of struggled with, but then I got kind of the hang of it, that I did want it to like lead around to the door. So I put a pathway that was kind of like, you'd think like it's basically aiming towards the house, but then it like kind of goes off, and I really like that idea. But I definitely needed like some more elements. That's why I added the grass, because I feel like this house, it looked weird like having like these luscious areas and then just having the desert, like it just seemed a bit off. So that's why I did that. But the debug rocks like really saved me. Like in this build, like you'll see like they kind of lead round the left side, and then they also go round to the back as well. And that's what I kind of used as kind of a fence area to kind of like show where their boundaries are. And I think it was a good way for me to do that. I think it definitely works in this world. It might not work so much in other worlds. I don't know, we'd have to see, like depending on the rocks that we have and the colors and stuff like that, if it actually blend into the environment. But these, they were so perfect, and the tool mod as well was really necessary for that, because the tool mod, it just allows you to like move rocks around, and especially for me, like I need it to like put things into the ground or like lift things up, and it's just a perfect way to do that. So I definitely recommend using the tool mod. Like I think I've used it in every build, like every build. I think maybe like the occasional one, I don't know actually, no, I think every single one. I think maybe like small bits, but I think it's definitely needed if you want that kind of modern look. So I feel like most modern houses, even though they're quite simple, they've got like a lot going on, and especially with the base game items, it's kind of hard to make a modern house. It kind of looks a bit, I feel like the style that base game is kind of old and a bit mix and match, and yeah, so I feel like it's a bit sometimes hard. But for me, I've definitely realized that I love modern homes. Like I tried to build one recently that was kind of like old and for like an elderly person, and I just couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it. Like I couldn't make it look nice. It just wasn't for me at all. And I just thereon decided that I think I'm going to continue to do modern homes, and that's it. Like I feel like that's my style, and I think if I was going to do more stuff, then I would have to have more packs. But yeah, the back garden, I tried out so many different things, but then kind of ended on this, where I separated the garden that's like outside of the bedroom area and then like kind of the main area of the kitchen. I kind of wanted to separate them so that the couple had like a private like garden to themselves, like outside their bedroom, and then they also had the other garden that was kind of leading to the pool and stuff, like for guests and all that stuff. So I kind of wanted it to be like a bit secretive and just have these like little gems like here and there around the garden, and I really love it actually. Like I even really like the items in the Desert Luxe kit. Like they're so good, like the curtains, the fireplace, just what else is it? The chairs, everything. Like it's so good, and I use it all in this build. I don't think there's actually one item that I don't use in this build. I think I use all of the items. I think, I'm not quite sure, but I think I do. And then for this little bit here, I wanted to make like a little, I think it was a fountain, yeah, a fountain. And basically I tried to make one myself and I kind of struggled, so I kind of got one from the gallery. And honestly, when you can't find things, just use the gallery. Like the gallery helps you, because like there's other simmers and like other creators that have made like just amazing things that just out of the base game and just put items together, and I'm like, just how have you done that? Because even with me with the tool mod, I don't think I'm that good. Like even though I use it in every build, I still have a lot of practice to do. Like I am nowhere near as good as like, I think I'm still a beginner, to be honest, because sometimes I'm so slow with the tool mod, it's ridiculous. But yeah, so this bit, it has like a custom fountain, and I got that from the gallery, and it just works perfect. Like because I was so stuck on what to do in this area, and I was like, what? And then I just found this fountain. It was literally perfect, like this custom fountain that I could just basically copy over and put in this place. I did try to move it with the tool mod, and yeah, no, that wasn't working either. So I can't even move things with the tool mod, and I'm talking about like everyone else to get the tool mod, and I can't even use it, but like I can barely use it. But yeah, so I love that bit in this garden, and it's just a really zen place. And also the fountain, the simmer who created it is tagged in the description box, so you know, if you guys want to grab it and use it, because it is really good, like such a good idea. And then I also liked the bit on the other side of the fountain that I put the flower beds there, like, and then I used another item to kind of like put it all together, and I really like that. I think it was really nice and a different idea, because I was gonna make like a fountain with like the rocks, and I think I used that object that's like a fish that like squirts out water. I think I was going to use that, but I think I've already done that in another build, so I was like, you know, I want to try something different. And I think them like purple flowers were like pinkish purpley flowers were like perfect for this. But yeah, so I actually created this bit on the other side, which was the fireplace and the barbecue grill. And the barbecue grill, you can actually use it with some of it being pushed in, because I wanted like a little space before the window. I didn't want the fireplace to just be, the barbecue right next to the window. So what I did was I pushed some of it into the fireplace, and it works. And I was so surprised. I didn't think it was going to work, and then I tested it out and it's completely functional. Like it actually works. So I was like, yes. So I was like, so that was a good thing, and I really like that side. But on this side, I just kind of kept it simple. I think it would have been nice if I made it on a bigger lot size, just because I kind of want like a harmony within my builds. Like if I've got grass in the front garden, then I feel like it kind of needs to have it in the back. In my head, like, I think it would look nice, but I just didn't have the space. Like, you know, it'd have to be built on a bigger lot basically, because I had no space left. And I did actually decide, well, I attempted to put some grass on where I've put the loungers there, but it just didn't look right. So I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna leave it as it is, and you know, I think it's still a good size. And yeah, I love the front garden and the back garden. So with the inside, I did do the floor plan off camera because I was just going a bit mad. I didn't know which way to do it, but then I settled on this, and I really like this layout. I think it's perfect. I think the bathroom, even here, like with the window like pointing to the opposite direction, is like perfect, because I think, you know, I know even it's a game, like I know that some people like don't really want like the shower or the toilet like right opposite the window. Like it does make sense. Like you're not gonna really want that or even have that like in a house design, so it makes sense. But yeah, so I went with a modern look, and I did use City Living as well, just because City Living is, I think it's like perfect for like a modern interior. Like they've got everything basically, so I wanted to use that. And I used pretty much all of the new Desert Luxe curtains in this house as well, and they're just amazing. I even just love the beams at the top so that you can like hide the curtain pole, and I think it's just genius, like honestly. And it made me wonder, why haven't we had anything like this before? Like I don't understand, like how come it's took to 2022, well it's now 2023, but it came out in 2022, for it to be that long since we've actually got something like that. Like that's just mental. Like it's so crazy. Like I'm still waiting on like an L-shaped sofa to be like actually for base game. Like please, like give us an L-shaped sofa, because I know we did get one for the dream home decorator. I think it's a stuff pack. No, it's a game pack, isn't it? Yeah, game pack. I know we got one for there, but we definitely need one for the base game. And I think it's really exciting that, you know, it's a new year, so hopefully we're going to get some new packs and stuff. And yeah, so that's really exciting, and I'm definitely looking forward to all of that. But this house, the interior of it, I really had no idea initially going into what I wanted, or even the couple that I had in mind. Really, I just had that image from Pinterest, and I think it's a really good way, like if you're struggling to build something, because I feel most of my builds I kind of have either an element that I've found on Pinterest, or even if it could be like a whole house, and that's what inspires me to build. Like, so I feel like if you're struggling and you're just going off your own like back basically in your own mind, maybe try and like look on Pinterest and find some images where, you know, you can use it for inspiration. Because I think even one of my first builds that I did, I found like an archway, and that just inspired a build. So, you know, anything can really inspire a build, and for me it definitely helps if I like put images together on what the outside of the house looks like, especially the exterior, because the interior I kind of only think about it once the house is done. Like the outside, like I don't even have images on my Pinterest board about what even interior design styles we can do, because I feel like majority of the time, especially with my channel, like I am restricted because I'm predominantly a base game channel, and like I'll just sometimes here and there like show different packs, but so it's a bit harder for me to kind of do like an interior design style. But I do hope to do some like in the future when I get more packs, and I think, you know, that would be a really interesting thing to do, because there is images that I've found that are like really cool, and I definitely want to like show them and kind of put them in a build, but I just don't feel like I'm there yet when it comes to like with packs. But I really love this interior. I tried something different, and even with the black floor and like some of the brown like wood touches, like normally I stay away from brown. Like I'm the kind of person that I hate like mixing wood tones. I really don't like it. Like I get so frustrated if they're not the same, or like they're not matching. Like I just do not like it, and I feel like it's okay, and sometimes I just deal with it if they're like not matching completely, because obviously I don't have all the packs. But you know, I'm kind of that person that I don't like them to be like, especially together. Like if it's far away, then it's not too bad, and if they're like warm tones instead of cool tones, then I'll kind of just deal with it. But I'm not really into like different wood tones really, so I'm really surprised that I actually liked it within this house, like because normally I don't. Normally everything would be black or everything would be white because that's how I like normally do it. But no, I really love this living room. I think it's so nice, and I love the shelving unit that I created as well. Like, I just kind of tested that, and that's actually one of the last things I think I actually put in this house, I think, was that shelf, because something was missing for me and I didn't know what it was. And then I tried this shelf and I was like, this is it. Like, I feel like it needed this bit, especially because there's no fireplace in this living room either, and it just felt a bit dead. So yeah, I'm also that simmer that kind of just likes like parts of it to be realistic, especially if there's a chimney outside, like on the exterior. I want there to be a fireplace inside. Like, it just has to be like that, and it will really bug me if I can't do that. Like, it'll just frustrate me. I'm like, oh my gosh, like I clearly haven't done this floor plan very well, because like I can't even put like a fireplace where there is like a chimney outside. I know some people don't mind, like, you know, it is a game at the end of the day, so they don't really mind, but for me, like, I like them things to just be like right. I just do. It's just one of them things. But no, I tried to make and add some like realistic elements into this house, and like especially some magazines, and like cluttering this bookshelf and shelving unit, we should say. Like, yeah, so it had like kind of empty spaces, so I tried to like fill it up as much as I can. And I love putting mirrors together. It's one of the things that you will see like quite a lot in my builds. Like, I'll just put them together because we don't really have like a like wide length mirror, and that's kind of annoying sometimes. I'm like, why do we not have that? Like, we need that in the game. And I think like over the like few of my builds now, like I'll definitely do, like, if it's not hasn't got the sunflower picture, or if it doesn't have like the flamingos, it can't be a Alita build if it doesn't have that. Like, if it have them things, then you know it's an Alita build. But that's the things that I've kind of added over the time that I'm like, you know, I like these items and they're here to stay. But yeah, so I'm just adding like some outdoor lighting here and there just to make it all come together. I hope that you enjoyed this build. The screenshots will be rolling soon. Thank you for watching. Please subscribe and like, and I'll see you in the next one.